Yes. Once again, everybody, welcome to Business Credit Builder. My name is Noel A. Booker Sr. And thank y'all for attending today's webinar. Today, we're going to be talking about how to get primary trade lines, long history, high limits for home and auto. So, if you are looking to boost your credit score and secure high limits for your home and auto loans, this is the place to be. All right. Um, Thank you for joining us to learn all about getting primary trade lines and maximizing your credit potential. I have an expert with me today that will share valuable tips and strategies to help you achieve your financial goals. Okay. So, my specialty is business credit. All right. For a matter of fact, let me pull up my screen so I can introduce myself properly here. All right, hold on one second. Okay, here we go. Okay, shucks, I did that wrong. Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Noel A. Booker Sr. My website is businesscreditbuilder.us. And what we do at Business Credit Builder is we help businesses build business credit and access funding. Okay. The And we also do websites and we offer accounting and bookkeeping services. Now, check out the buttons at the bottom of the screen. Um, the green button is how you can get a free guide on how to build business credit. So you just go to businesscreditbuilder.us/free guide and get your free guide on how to build business credit right now. All right. Also, there's a blue button. That's how you get a free business credit consultation. That's when you want to talk about any of the services that we provide. If you got some questions about building up your business credit, you go to businesscreditbuilder.us/consult. All right. Now, if you think you can get funding now, then you would go to businesscreditbuilder.us/get funding. Word up. Okay, so today's topic today is how to get these trade lines, right? And um, in business credit, you can get funding by building your business credit from scratch. If you don't have no credit, if you have no business credit, got no personal credit, got no business credit, you can start from scratch, and we show you how to do it in our webinars. So our upcoming events, we have the master class coming up. Today we're doing a entrepreneur training on how to build business credit. That's at 1 o'clock. But to see our upcoming events, you will go to businesscreditbuilder.us/events. Okay. And you can see our upcoming events. Our big event coming up we got is the Business Credit Master Class, which we go into a whole bunch of detail, more detail than I normally talk about business credit. Okay. And getting funding and loans. And we're going to be talking about our new fundability program that is powered by artificial intelligence. Okay. Which means our system shows you how to build your business credit without guessing, because we have the artificial intelligence that's going to tell you exactly each step to go. All right. All right. So the other thing I wanted to mention is that, you know, building business credit is a step-by-step process. Each step is needed for the next step. All right. So there's no skipping steps. All right. Um, Now, in determining how fundable your business is, you can start from scratch and start building business credit and get access to money, no doubt about it. But you will make your business more fundable if you have good personal credit. And I like to tell people about the 3 C's of funding. The 3 C's of funding is credit, business and personal, collateral, and cash flow. Now, if you have all 3 of these C's, then you could possibly qualify for an SBA loan, all right? If you have 2 of these 3 C's, then you could possibly qualify for a term loan. If you have 1 of these 3 C's, depending on which of the one that you do have, then there is money available that you can get. If you have none of the 3 C's, then that's when you start with business credit, okay? Now, in order to make your business as fundable as possible, it's always good to have good personal credit. That will open up opportunities for you, okay? Let's say you're starting from scratch and don't have good personal credit, and you build up your business credit. You can get money, right? But if you have good personal credit, in addition, then now your avenues are open, right? They're more open. There are more ways to get money. So you're more fundable for your business. Okay. Today I have personal credit expert, Mr. Elgin Edwards, and he will be talking to you about how you can get trade lines for your business, for your personal line, for your business. And these trade lines he offers can get you into a home, a car, or whatever your goal is. Um, his specialty is figuring out what your goal is and then how to position your credit accordingly. Okay. So, Mr. Elgin, if you are ready, I'm going to let you take it away and show these people how they can get these trade lines and get their credit repaired and get ready to go get this financial freedom.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Great day, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing?
Good. Thank you for asking.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Well, first off, I'd like to thank Noel for having me here. Thank you for bringing me on and giving me the opportunity and the platform to be able to share what it is that I know. And hopefully we can create some opportunity for all of our viewers to be able to get the funding that they need to invest into their future projects and grow and scale their businesses. So let's first talk about the personal credit piece, because the business credit piece and the personal credit piece, they work hand in hand. And in most cases, if you haven't really built business credit up to a certain point, then lenders will have to rely on your personal credit because that shows proof of capability to be able to service the debt that you incur. Um, and let me start with just a discovery session and see if there are any questions for me from a personal credit standpoint leading up to business credit that I could go ahead and answer, so I can make sure I'm tailoring what I'm saying to exactly what my viewers need today. Guys, have any specific questions for me for things that you're trying to accomplish credit wise?
I'm thinking.
Okay. So just think about it like this. What are some of the things that you plan on purchasing in the future? Because every vertical is different. So if you plan on purchasing a new car, that's one approach. If you plan on purchasing a new home, that's one approach. If you plan on getting access to capital, like credit cards, term loans, lines of credit, and things like that, that's another approach as well. So I just want to make sure I'm addressing the needs at hand versus just talking in general.
I would like access to capital so I can add additional services to my business, or put, for business development activities like marketing, branding, mentoring and coaching services.
Okay, so you need rolling cash flow for ongoing business activity. And how do I
Yes.
pronounce your name, Miss Ellis? Right?
Yes, it's Takia.
Takia. Okay. So in your case, Takia, if you need cash flow, it sounds like you would benefit from like a line of credit. How long have you been in business?
My business was established in 2007. However, I started earning revenue and off and on, which is not very consistently in
Hmm.
2020, 2021, but it's just
Okay,
been up and down.
got you. Now, in terms of your business bank account, how long have you had that connected to your business entity?
I opened up my business bank account in 2020.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you're about 4 years old now at this point, because typically the age of the business is one thing, but when we're looking at funding, in many cases, the age of the business bank account will be a huge determining factor. So let me ask you this: have you applied for or have you obtained any funding, any form of funding in the past, whether it's credit cards, term loans, lines of credit, anything like that, for either personal or business?
Well, I'm focused more on business, and
Mhm.
I have business credit, well, charge cards, but I'm an American Express customer, and they seem to give you everything when you are a customer if
Mhm,
you
mhm,
when you apply for it. So that seems to be, and I'm learning now that they have like it's not you don't have to just open up a charge card. They
mhm.
have like credit cards as well under their platform.
Right.
So and it's just been easier to get those type of cards under them because I
Okay.
am a customer, but I've been a customer for as a personal customer for years.
Mhm, mhm. Now,
Like
does American Express give you the ability to have like that ongoing debt that you would need in order to grow your business, or is it just you have to pay it back in 30 days?
they have both,
Okay.
and uh, and I'm learned, I just learned recently that about their credit
Mhm.
information. So they have both. So which
Okay.
I mean, I wish I would have known about that earlier.
Mhm, mhm.
Have both. So I'm leveraging leveraging my relationship with them to obtain credit for the most part.
Now, the only thing is, when it comes to building your business credit, I'm not sure if American Express posts to the business credit bureaus to help you build business credit. It's a great card to use, but in terms of
Yeah.
showing a track record on your business credit profile, I'm not sure if that would be the best option when it comes to that.
No, I don't think it is. However,
Mm.
like I opened up a Capital One business credit card. However, that
Okay.
posts to your personal. Capital One is like that too, which is weird.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. They post to you personal. Hmm.
so I'm trying to get into other areas, but that doesn't really, that really just only posts to your business.
What kind of
Uh,
limit would you? What kind of limit, or basically how much funding would you need, and what would help you to be able to grow your business?
I probably would need no more than 25,000.
Okay. What's
I
your
could.
highest limit card that you have on your business credit profile
It's not that
as an
high because
okay.
it's not that high.
Yeah.
But
So in your case, Takia, what you would need is a primary line that would report um something similar to what you're aiming to get. So you would want a primary line that reflects that you already have about 15 to 20,000 that you've already managed well with good history, and then from there, other lenders like Truist, Navy Federal, and several other banks. There are millions of banks. Then they would feel comfortable giving you those high limits. In the past, we were able to do that with authorized users, but now in modern times, the authorized users don't carry as much weight, so what we have on our team is a data furnisher who can furnish data showing a primary line in your business entity's name that already exists, that already has history, and then from there you can go and apply, and you have a stronger chance of getting approvals for those high limit cards completely under your business entity's name without a reporting on your personal social unless you default.
okay.
That kind of help answer your
So do,
question as far.
Uh, yeah. I mean, I've been dabbling in this space for a minute. I'm just, here reinforcing some, just learning more for the most
Okay.
part. So what about like SBA or express loans that SBA provides or
Well, yeah.
CDFI? Familiar with
Um,
those as well?
More so SBA, absolutely. And with those, like Noel was saying earlier, you're going to need those three C's: credit, cash flow, and collateral, and have taxes and have a well built out profile. Oftentimes, also with SBA loans, they would like for you to have a financial statement in place as well as a pitch deck and a business plan. So if you have those boxes checked, then that definitely helps put you in position to get SBA loans.
Okay.
hmm And we have those available as well. And I work hand in hand with Mr. Noel. He covers that aspect of what it is that we do. My primary goal and focus is helping to build out the credit profile to put you in position. And one of the things that we do is we will help you remove any negatives from the personal credit report, because you want to make sure your personal credit report is free of delinquents, derogatories. Derogatory is going to be 30, 60, 90 days late. Delinquent accounts are things like charge-offs and collections. And then you also want to try to make sure that you have less than 5 to 6 inquiries within the last 6 months, because it looks like you're making a lot of applications. And it also throws up red flag for lenders and puts you in position to and more likely to get a decline.
Okay.
Elgin, in addition,
Mhm.
Vanetta said that she would like to purchase a new home.
Okay. Yeah. So in your case, Vanetta, how soon would you like to purchase your new home? And can you give me an idea of where you are personal credit wise now?
I'm not sure if she has a mic. Oh,
Okay.
she had typed it in the thing. She had typed it in the chat.
Okay, so with the home, some of the things that they look for when it comes to purchasing a home, it's great if you have installment accounts already. If you don't, then they can work around that. So installment accounts are looked at as accounts that you're set at a certain limit, and then you're paying them off like a car loan. It might be 20, 30,000, you're paying it down. A home loan, same thing, you're paying it down. So having existing installment accounts shows past history in you being able to manage installment accounts like a mortgage. So that helps you to have that. That's good. And then another really good thing that you would like to have on your credit profile is revolving accounts. I would say a minimum of about four for a really well built out credit profile. For revolving accounts, weigh really heavily on the point system, because that shows payment history, and it also shows, the volume of credit that you can handle when it comes to your debt to income ratio, as far as the amount of credit that you're managing at any given time.
Elgin, she
You
made a
want
couple comments. She
to,
said, credit is a work in progress. She
okay.
said, within the next 3 months, I think she was answering one of your questions. And she also said, I have one installment account.
Okay, perfect. So what you would want to do is look to adding one more installment account, Vanetta, and then making sure that you have a minimum of three and then upwards of four or more when it comes to revolving accounts, revolving or credit card accounts. So that would help you tremendously. And then making sure that those are managed well. I would also try to make sure you keep those balances below 10%, because keep in mind, from 0 to 10% really boosts your credit when it comes to your credit usage. So let's say your credit availability is $1,000. You want to keep your usage on the posting date, because you can use more. You can always use more. But as far as what you pay off on the posting date, you want to make sure you pay off enough to where it's down below 10%. Now, from 10% to 30%, it levels out. And so it's not going to affect your credit as positively as below 10%, but it's not going to affect it negatively either between 10 and 30. Once you go over the 30 percentile, then it starts to affect your credit negatively. So you want to make sure that in your home purchase, the months leading up to that, that you keep that percentage down below 30%, and that you have the right credit mix to be attractive to a mortgage lender. Does that kind of help you and answer your questions about a house? You have any more for me? Yeah, my pleasure. I'll see you. Thank you.
Okay.
So what would the right credit mix be then?
So a great credit mix would be at least two installment accounts. That's normally like a car and a home, or 2 cars, or 2 homes, or something like that. And also 3 to 4 revolving accounts like credit cards and things like that. So that would be an ideal credit mix, and then at least 5 years history showing that you've been managing your credit for at least 5 years. If you don't have those things, those are things that you can manually add to be able to put you in position. And one of the main ways that you can add that is through primary trade lines.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Is anyone looking to purchase a car or vehicle soon?
No way, Jose.
No
Um,
cars?
I have a car that I want to refinance.
Okay. How long have you had it?
Can you guys hear
I
me?
purchased it. I purchased it in 2022.
Okay. Now, when it comes to refinancing, where are you credit wise compared to where you are? Where are you credit wise now compared to where you were in 2022?
Different, a different space, because I'm a full-time business owner right now, so I'm
Mhm.
solely dependent on that business income,
Okay.
a different income stream. So, so I guess I'm in a different space.
What I would do is, and I'm pretty sure Noel is very fluid, and his ability to be able to assist you in that is, one, have your credit profile built to where it shows the capacity that you can have the vehicle, that you can carry that amount of debt for a vehicle. And then I would try my best to convert that from a personal vehicle over into the business. You can sell it to your business, and then it'll be under your business entity's name, which frees up your debt to income on your personal credit, so that you can do other things with your personal credit, and also strengthens your business credit profile to put you in position to be able to get higher limits and things like that for that. So that's something that you can do, and you can do that depending on how your personal credit and business credit is already built out, or you can add trade lines to increase the bandwidth of both of those, and so that increases your ability to be able to make the change, to be able to take it from your personal to your business name, and then hopefully you can get a better rate at that point.
Okay, so when you say trade lines, did you describe that as yet,
Yeah.
or?
Sure. Now, a trade line is basically like, if you look on your credit now, every item listed on your credit typically is a trade line. And so an installment loan, which is what your car is, that shows up as a trade line, an auto trade line on your credit report. If you have a home, that shows up as an installment home loan, a mortgage on your credit report. If you have credit cards, those show up as revolving accounts on your credit report. And so all of those are considered trade lines. Now, a lot of trade lines are things that you apply for and that you actually get. But if you're dealing with a data furnisher, then he can add those trade lines to your credit report without you having to really take on the debt of a vehicle, of a house,
I see
or
your hand,
of getting
Desiree.
a credit
Stand by.
card. hmm
Okay.
LaWanda mentioned that she just purchased a vehicle to use for a business.
hmm
Did you see that already? Did you comment on that? And she also
No,
said,
no. I saw a quote, but I was answering a question, and I didn't see the question.
okay, she said, however, it's under my social security number. Can you repeat what you just explained again?
Yeah, so you can build your business credit up to show the bandwidth that you're able to have the capacity of whatever the amount of the car is worth, and that your business credit can handle that load when it comes to debt and be able to service it. And the way that the lenders are going to determine whether or not you can handle that load is through the credit history. And with that credit history, you can basically artificially place on a trade line to show the history, to show the amount, and then from there lenders will be able to see that you have the bandwidth, you meet the data points, and then you can add those trade lines to your business credit, and then from there transfer your car from your personal credit to your business credit profile.
And Desiree had a question. Are you ready, Desiree?
Yes, I am. Thank you so much. Can you guys hear me?
Say
Can
that
you
one
guys
more
hear me?
time, Desiree. Oh, yeah, I hear you.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm using a new Bluetooth that I bought from a very cheap place, and I think they don't work.
Okay,
Um,
no problem.
Yeah. So I was wondering, I am in the process of getting a new vehicle, and I supposedly have learned from watching a lot of YouTube videos that I could buy a vehicle that was over 6,000 pounds heavy, and I could write it off in my taxes if I use it for business purposes. And I do remodeling and construction, so I thought, okay, I'm gonna get me a big giant truck and be able to write it off because I said in the first year you could do that on your tax, you could deduct it from your taxes. But then someone said to me that that would be that's the stupidest idea not to do it, and I was so discouraged. Right now, I am in the midst of finding the documents this week, and I don't know if I should put it under my business name or my personal name. What's your advice?
Okay. Well, first off, I'm not a CPA, so I want to clear that up. I don't want to give you tax advice not as a CPA, but what I am familiar with is when it comes to putting in your business name, there are tax advantages, and I know that one of those when it comes to a vehicle is if the vehicle weighs over 6,000 pounds, then that's something that you can write off on your taxes. And so instead of you incurring a tax liability from the funds that you make throughout the year, if you make enough, you can write that off. And so that'll be tax liability that you don't have to pay. And instead of you paying it to the IRS, you can acquire you a vehicle for the same amount that you would pay for the IRS. And so you can save that way. I'm definitely familiar with that.
But how will I ensure? I mean, I will put my social security number when in the application because I already saw it. How can I make the difference between my social and my business name if I'm using
So
my own
so
social?
so typically when you go to the car lot, or if you go to a bank, your bank, you let them know that you want to have this business to incur the debt for the vehicle and put it under your business entity's name. And there's a different application for that. And there are also different banks. It would be considered more of a fleet purchase, and you would use your EIN number. And you would need consultation, like from myself or Mr. Noel, to help you walk through the steps to be able to do it.
Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. And typically, this wouldn't be an application you do online. This would be one that you would go and personally do, and then make sure that the car lot of choice that you're using is aware that this is going to be a business fleet purchase versus a personal. Any more questions as far as business credit is concerned, as well as the effect of trade lines and how trade lines can be used and the advantages and some of the drawbacks and things like that? Okay. So if there are no more questions, I'll turn it back over to Mr. Noel so he can continue to share his capabilities in conjunction with our capabilities. And then, if anything else, we can come up with a plan to see how we can work.
Okay. I was gonna just let you tell them about your services and how
Sure.
you can help them get their stuff, what and all the details about that, and see if they have any questions about that.
Okay, I see Crystal here has a question, and she's asking, does it work the same way if you already purchased the vehicle and you want to transfer it into your business? Would you still be able to get the tax advantages? That would be a question for a CPA to kind of really go in deep. I don't want to overpromise and underproduce, and then I don't want to give you false information either. But I have seen it done. A vehicle that was already purchased on the business end, I mean on the personal end, being converted and transferred over into the business entity's name. Now, when it comes to the tax ramifications on that, to be exact, specific, and give you the correct knowledge, I would rather have you speak with a tax professional that can help you facilitate that. But yeah, I know it can definitely be done. It could be a car that you've already purchased in your personal, and it can be converted to your business entity's name. that's a definite that's definitely a fact. I've seen that. But as far as the tax ramifications that come along with that, that I'm not 100% sure of. And as far as what I do, the name of my company is Access Funding Partners Inc. And what we do is we help corporations establish themselves and gain access to capital. And the way we help them gain access to capital is to help them with the three C's: help them with their personal credit, their business credit, help them line their cash flow up properly because you're going to need to show revenue in many cases, and then also help them to justify and make sure that they have the right type of collateral if they're going to be using that to get funding. And we help them get things like business credit cards. We help them get lines of credit, term loans, both on the personal side. Typically, we have a product where it's a line of credit, and then you get a term loan. And then on the business side, it's primarily business credit cards. The lowest barrier to entry for us is business credit cards. And what they look for, FICO score wise, is a 680 or better. No delinquents or derogatories, at least 5 years history, and a good credit mix. The perfect credit mix is going to be at least two accounts like a home and a car, and then 3 to 4 revolving accounts like credit cards that are well managed and usage below 30%. So if you're able to meet that criteria, then we can help you get a lot. And then we also have great connections with various banks that help lower the barrier to entry. And so if you need some adjustments made on that part, then we can help you make those adjustments through our credit repair service. And if you're already ready to go, then we can get you in the door and get you way higher limits than you would be able to get on your own by nurturing and capitalizing off the relationships, the banking relationships that we have. One of our primary relationships being Truist. And where you can find me, guys, my website is accessfundingpartners.com. On Instagram, access_funding. My name is Elgin, so you'll see that pop up. You'll see a lot of results, a lot of receipts from where we've helped other people acquire cars, vehicles, and capital. And Facebook, we're Access Funding Partners. And then my number, you can call me directly, is 470-258-8888. And our email address is my name, Elgin, at accessfundingpartners.com. Reach out to me anytime if you guys need a free personal credit analysis. I can take a look at it for you, let you know where you stand credit wise, and then help you come up with a strategy for your next major purchase. I'll see you, Desiree. My pleasure.
Thank you so much. And I just wanted to make a quick comment.
Sure.
Yeah, I definitely think it's very important to reach out for help before applying for anything, because I thought I was being very smart, and I deducted a lot of things off of my taxes last year for
Mhm.
my business because I didn't want to pay a lot in taxes. And this year, when I tried to apply for a loan for a property, I was denied because I deducted too much. And
Mhm.
instead of that being a good thing for me, it turned out to be detrimental. So definitely want to say that you guys are really important, and I appreciate this training a lot.
Yeah, my pleasure. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because that happens to a lot of people. Is they go to the tax person and deduct everything, and what is that's saying to a bank is that the company didn't make any money, or the company didn't make enough money to service any debt that the bank would give them. So you definitely have to consider that and keep that in mind when you're going for a major purchase, especially for a home, because you want to be able to show that the business is profitable, the business is paying taxes at least 2 years before you purchase that home. So that's definitely something to consider, and that's a great lesson to learn. And it's great that you're sharing that with everyone here on the call also.
Wanda got a question. What is the cost of your service? You went on mute, Elgin.
Okay, so you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
So for our lowest barrier to entry, which is credit repair, we do that one round at a time. What we do traditional disputes, that's $351 per round. If you get all 3 rounds, which is what I recommend at one time, then that's $9.97. So you'll save about $150 if you do it that way. For our business credit builder program, it started at $3,500. We discounted it down to just $2,100 up through the new year. So that's what we're doing for our business credit builder program, and that also includes personal credit repair as well. And then for trade lines, for primary trade lines, with that's 10% of the total amount that you need. So if you need 5,000, a $50,000 trade line, say for a vehicle, it will cost 5,000. And those primary trade lines, we have them for both personal and business, and they're all types. They're installments. We have revolving. We have lines of credit. We have also equipment-based loans and things like that we can show on your credit profile, both personal and business, as a primary trade line in your entity's name or in your personal name.
So then, Elgin, do you function as a data furnisher then as well?
No, we have a partnership with a data furnisher, and he's the one who does the trade lines. He's a prosthetic doctor, and so as a doctor, people who are getting prosthetics oftentimes finance those parts, those body parts, and so that gives him the data furnishing capability. And he has a bank ownership. Him and his partner have a credit union, and that's who we use and partner with for our primary trade lines.
Okay, great. Thank you. Interesting.
My pleasure. You're welcome.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we're getting ready to end this. So if you have any more questions for Mr. Elgin, very valuable speaker for today, just go ahead and do that now. If you got some last questions. We're getting ready for the business credit training, which starts at 1 o'clock. So if you haven't registered for that, you go ahead and go to businesscreditbuilder.us/events and register for this next webinar, which we're going to go into detail about how to build your business credit. I'm going to show you how to build your business credit. All right. Yeah, so let me know if this was helpful for y'all. Put in the comments what y'all think. Was this webinar helpful? Should we continue to do these with Mr. Elgin and continue to give you this type of information? Crystal says it's great information, even though she ain't got no voice, but I feel you. She lost
Thank
her
you, Crystal.
voice. All right. Great information, she said. Jessica said, this was great. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Vanetta.
Yeah, Vanetta too. She was in there. Yeah. Okay, everybody. So if you want to take action on this, what you do is go to businesscreditbuilder.us/consult and schedule your free business credit consultation. And we'll get you we'll head you in the right direction and get everything popping. All right. We're gonna wrap up in just a minute. So this is your chance to get your last little questions in or comments or whatever. Before we head on to the next business credit training. And I'm going to go into more detail about business credit training and what you need to know, how to set up your business properly to make your business fundable, credible in the eyes of the lender. We're going to be talking more about that. All right. No more questions. We're going to go ahead and end it. We're going to say thank you to Mr. Elgin for coming out. And it looks like we're going to be doing these like at least once a month and something like that. What do you think, Mr. Elgin?
Hey, I look forward to it, man. Whenever you need me, just call and I'm here. And
No doubt.
thank you, ladies, for attendance. I hope this was impactful to you. Hopefully it was useful to you. And feel free to give me a call at any time. I'll give you my number once more. It's 470-258-8888. And my email is elgin@accessfundingpartners.com. If you need a free personal credit evaluation or analysis, I can do that for you. And then anything future plan wise, you know, with both Mr. Booker and myself, we'll be happy to help you create a strategy and a trajectory and some action steps to help you get there.
Yeah. Once again, everybody, thank y'all for joining us. And we look forward to seeing you in our upcoming events. Have
All
a
right,
good day,
guys.
y'all. Take care.
Blessings to
Thanks,
everyone.
LG.
Talk soon.
Peace, y'all.
Our pleasure.